All right, hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to be taking a look at Donald Trump's new speech about shutting down the Department of Education. If you have not been following this election, everything has been on full steam. Now that Donald Trump is the president-elect, I'm telling you, some heads are about to roll. You can already starting to see in the news media that people are starting to get in line and Donald Trump is coming out blazing. So let's go ahead and check this video out. And I want you guys to tell me what you think about the changes that are about to happen in this country.
The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse. Very simple. Here's my plan to stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this?
That is super crazy. And I'm glad that as soon as he got in office, that's one of the first things that he started to put in motion is to start making these people be responsible for pushing this crazy agenda on kids. They're pushing this stuff to change people's genders at that young of an age where you don't really know anything. Your brain has not developed yet, but they were just trying to get rich. And now that Trump is in office, believe me, some heads are about to start rolling.
Will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare and will be terminated from the program immediately. Furthermore,
Look, all these doctors that was getting rich from pushing this agenda, everybody about to have to answer for what's been going on for the last 4 years under the Biden administration. And now it's time for things to get serious and people to start making some common sense decisions. Now, I'm all about, people deciding to live the way that they want to live. But when you start pushing this upon the kids before their brain even got to develop, these are like life choices that they are not in a state yet to start making decisions that's going to affect the rest of their life. So now it's time for some common sense to be brought back into this country. And I think Donald Trump is about to get super serious. You can see that he's coming in hot.
I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable. We will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers, which are in no way licensed or approved for this use. My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parents' consent.
And that's another big point. Like the fact that you got men participating in women's sports is just crazy. Now, these women, they train their whole lives to try to get to where they want to be inside of sports. And then next thing you know, a man comes in there that's 4 times stronger than them with hormones that's crazy. And then next thing you know, they just knocking them out. I mean, these is strong men fighting women. Like, what happened to domestic violence? So you telling me that if I put a wig on and I put some lipstick on and I punch a woman in the face, that now it's not domestic violence no more because, you know, I identify as a woman? Come on, man.
Identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump is getting straight to business. He ain't even been sworn in, but he already starting to put policies in place. And you seeing people are starting to line up and get their acts together because they know that it's about to get serious in this country. So I want y'all to tell me what you think about Donald Trump's new plan for the Department of Education and what he's doing with this gender transition movement. So leave your comments. Let me hear your thoughts on this, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.